What's up, gang? Back with another one. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds as you watching this. Just hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. And turn on the bell so you can make sure you get the post notification every time I drop a video. I will highly appreciate that. Alright, so let's get into what we about to talk about today. Alright, so my last video I had mentioned that I was on probation. So I did say, you know, I would talk about why I'm on probation. Alright, so this happened 2 years ago. Actually, this happened 3 years ago. But being that the pandemic happened, it set court dates back. So basically, I went to court and determined that I was on probation this year. Back in 2018, I had the breathalyzer in my car. Now, people don't know what that is. It's basically you gotta blow to start your car. There's no way you can start your car without blowing in the breathalyzer. So, meaning that I cannot drink no alcohol whatsoever without driving. And it beeps every 15 minutes. So normally every 15 minutes I will have to blow, you know, and if I don't, it will shut my whole car down. And then make this loud noise to alert anybody that's next to me or alert the cops or anybody, you know. So and if I do blow and I you know, and I was drinking, then at that time it will lock it. It won't lock my car because I'm still driving. But if I was to stop driving and take the key out, that's it for me. I would have to call the office, speak to somebody, and they'll just give me a code just enough time for me to get to the office, and then I would have to pay. All right, so that happened actually back in 2016. 2016, that was my first DUI. I didn't settle the case until early 2017. Yeah. So I caught my second one before I even finished my first one. You know, that I know that sounds a little bit much, but that's how much I was drinking, you know. So I got pulled over. I wasn't even driving my car because of course at the time I was drinking, and I know I cannot drive my car if I'm drinking, so I'm driving a former friend car at the time, and I was speeding. So they say I was speeding. I don't think I was speeding, but you know, you ain't even really in the right mind to determine whether you're speeding or not. So I know I was going over the speed limit, but he made it seem like I was doing like 75. Like, there's no way I was doing 75 or you know, I was going in a roundabout. There's no way, you know, I would have been tilting and doing all that. I wasn't doing none of that. But yeah, I got pulled over. You know, I gave him my license, and of course, you know, it's basically I got charged with a DUI and driving with license revoked. Because basically, even though my license wasn't revoked, I'm only able to drive with the breathalyzer. So in their eyes, it's still revoked. So yeah, I got locked up that night. This happened November 2018. I got locked up that night. I got bailed out. Still continued to drink. As soon as I got bailed out, I drank that whole time. It was like, well, fuck it now, you know. I still continued to drink. Actually, my sister was down here from New York, so she was down here, so we was just chilling. Alright, so I had the court date that following April, but the pandemic happened, so they set all that back or whatever. And when they set that back, it was just like, fuck it. You know, I was still driving, even though I wasn't supposed to be driving. I'm still driving. So I go to court this year in May. Actually, yup, I go to court in May. And May 25th, I went to court. And I actually had a broken ankle at the time. I'll tell you how I became a cripple overnight. So, and I wasn't gonna go to court. I called my lawyer and told him I wasn't going to be able to make it to court because my ankle was killing me. I didn't want to do the crutches thing and all that. So I said, you know, I'm not going to make it. And if you got a paid lawyer, you don't have to hit no court dates. That's why I never went to court that whole entire time. And he called me back. No, his assistant called me back and told me, look, they're going to settle your case today. Like, you have to be there today. So I'm like, dang, man. So I get there. And like I said, the pandemic happened. So in the midst of the pandemic or whatever, or well, you know, it wasn't still going on, but they were still following the regulations as far as the pandemic. So we was standing on the line, like outside for mad long. So now I'm mad tired, like I don't even care, you know. So I went to go sit down, then he come get me. Alright, so now I'm just thinking like it's gonna be a continuous, like, you know, I already knew I had to do jail time. And I figured I didn't have to do jail. I was just hoping that I didn't have to. Like, that was the one thing I just didn't want to do, because PCDC in Greenville, North Carolina is not what's up. Like, I'd rather go to Rikers Island before I hit PCDC. That shit is so trash. Like, I hate it. I hate it. And alright, so the judge called my name. My lawyer said, oh, okay, come on, we up here. Alright, bam. We go up there, nigga, soon off rip hit me with the probation. A year probation. So I'm tired. Like, now probation ain't really nothing. You know, you see a PO once a month, but at the time, like, who wants to stop smoking weed? Like, think I'm smoking. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to smoke. I like to drink. And at the time, it's like when you're on probation, them niggas do not be playing with the piss test. Like, alright, that happened. I signed up for probation. Bam. While they put me on probation for a year, I also had to do 8 days in PCDC. Now, when you have a job, you can do it on the weekends. So I spread it out. My weekends, you know, I just went in. My off days was Monday and Tuesday, so I would go in like Sunday at 11 o'clock, get out Tuesday at 11 o'clock, and go to work Wednesday. And that I pushed that back for about. I went to court in May. I did all my days in October besides 2, so I just did my last 2 days last week. Actually, this is my first weekend actually out. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, for me to get my license back, because I thought they was gonna do, it's 6 months. You usually do a review in 6 months. That this month right here, November, actually November 26th would have been my review. I'll get to that later why I don't have a review, you know. And usually in 6 months it determines whether you get on unsupervised probation, meaning that I don't have to come into the office and take a piss test. I don't have to do nothing, you know. I'm still on probation. I gotta watch what I do, but I don't never have to see that man. Okay, I'm on probation. Alright, cool. Still just acting like I'm not on probation. I failed 3 drug tests in a row. And then after like the second one, they sent me to this joint called TAS. You get into TAS if you get, you know, a positive drug test, as I did. So I go to TAS. And TAS now, because of the pandemic, all they doing is phone calls. You got to go in for the first time, and then after that, all you get is phone calls. Okay. So he called me the first time. Everything was cool. Before the second phone call came, I had another appointment with my probation, and I failed that drug test. So now if you fail a drug test while you in TAS automatically starts over. And TAS is 3 months, meaning that it'll call you 3 times, you know, once a month. That's it. But being that I failed another drug test, it starts all over. Where we are right now. Right now, this would be December. Actually, would be my start over time, because this month I failed, and last month I failed. You know, yeah. So that was that's my whole probation story, or whatever the case may be, and that's about it. I had to do choices, which is a substance class or something. You know, I did that already. You got to pay your little fee and you do that, whatever the case may be. So I turned that in this month, and now I'm eligible to get my license back. that still don't stop the show. But I mean, because you gotta do what you gotta do out here. Like, ain't nobody getting on nobody bus or none of that. Like, ain't nobody doing none of that. So, but to get to the real story at hand is I completely stopped drinking. Completely. Like, I don't do it at all whatsoever. I don't even smoke no more, because who wants to keep going through this? Excuse me. But I decided, it was October 19th. I got so drunk. I mean, so drunk. Like, and I can drink. I could drink like pints. I was drinking Douce. Like, I could start off, I try to start off with a small bottle, $15 joint, knowing that ain't gonna last. That lasts me about 2 good cups, and that's it. And when I start drinking, it's really, really hard for me to stop. Like, I don't sleep, I pass out. Tired as hell. I gotta work early in the morning. And I just got so drunk. I got so drunk, I passed out at a friend's house. You know, so I woke up in the morning, tight. Like, oh shit, I already missed work. It's probably like 5:30. I gotta be there at 5:15. Alright, so I get dropped off at my friend's house. Now I'm in a rage, like it's her fault that she didn't, you know, even if she tried, you know, but I was passed out. Like, it's no waking me up, like, at all. So I miss work. I text my supervisor, you understand what I'm saying? And she's real understanding. So I looked myself in the mirror that night, well, that morning actually. I looked myself in the mirror and I was just disgusted at myself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, it was just real different for me. Like I said, I love to drink. Like, I like the taste of alcohol. People don't like, I love the taste of alcohol. I like to be fucked up. Like, I like that. It opens me up. Like, I'm a shy and closed person without it. So if I drink alcohol or whatever the case may be, I'm open. I could talk to this person. I don't have to be sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just me. Like, I'm really, really quiet. Like, and nothing would move me, like, at all. Like, nothing, nobody. Like, if I'm not talking, I'm not talking. Like, and that's just it. But if I'm drinking, then I'm cool. Like, I'm just chilling or whatever it could be, unless I get mad, and that's a whole different story. But like, all my like relationships started because I was drinking. Like, I never been sober and got into a relationship. Not one. Like, it even makes me think, like, would I even be, I probably wouldn't even talk to half of them if I was sober. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a whole totally different person. Totally different person than what I am now as a sober person. So I decided that morning at 6:30 a.m. October 20th that I'm going to rehab. And I did. I went to rehab. Yep, I went to rehab. I went to Waterby Jones in Greenville, North Carolina. Actually, it was directly across the street from my friend's house. You know, I had told her to text my mother, let my mother know, like, I'm serious. And I told her to text my mother because I could have woke up and said, nah, like, you know, nah, I changed my mind. I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to go. Like, I really knew, like, I was at my breaking point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't doing shit I was supposed to be doing because all I was worrying about is a motherfucking bottle. And that's just real shit. Like, the liquor store open at 10 o'clock. I'm there at 10:05. I might be there at 10:01 to tell you the truth. Like, that was me every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to work. I am going to work unless it's days like that happen where I'm just past. But I overly drunk that day. You know what I'm saying? And I felt it, like, and I was really fucking disgusted with myself. Like, I was just, because I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got goals. I'm ambition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dead serious. Like, and that was my downfall. I was my own downfall. You know what I'm saying? By drinking that bottle was every day was not getting me nowhere. And I knew I couldn't stop on my own. I've been drinking for over 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Like, every single day. It's probably times where I probably went 2 to 3 days or something But if I could help it, and that's probably if I got a bad hangover, you know what I'm saying? Like, or if I know, nah, that's it. If I just got a bad hangover, but if I get over that hangover before the liquor store closed, I'm going to the liquor store without a doubt. Like, I go to work to support my habits, basically. And that's what I was doing. Like, that's exactly what I was doing. And I was just fucking totally disgusted with myself. So I went to rehab, October 20th. They checked me in. At first they said they didn't have no beds. At first they really wasn't sure whether or not they had beds or not. So I'm just like, oh my God, but they still was doing their intake. So, you know, they piss test me, you know. They gave, you know, I had to do the breathalyzer joint. And of course I was like a 1.2, you know, because I was still drunk from the night before. Like, I just woke up still drunk. Like, so the intake probably took about 45 minutes. They were just asking me, you know, personal questions and about my information, about how much I drank and how much I smoked cigarettes and all that stuff, how much I smoked weed and stuff like that. But at the time I wasn't smoking, so I passed the piss test or whatever. I mean, it's not really passing or failing. It didn't really matter, but they just wanted to see what was in my system. Excuse me. All right, so about 45 minutes after the intake, you know, now we just chatting or whatever we doing. A doctor walked through and said they whispering or whatever, and I kind of hear it, and I kind of seen the dude nodding his head. So I had to just be like, so I'm staying? And they said, yeah. And I started crying. You understand what I'm saying? Like, off rip, I just like really started crying. It was just like, I wanted to stay, but I just really can't believe like I'm actually doing this, you know? Like, you know, and they asked me like, why you crying? I'm just like, nothing, I'll be good. You know, it was like I was kind of mad it was a bed, but then I was kind of happy because it's like, yo, I need this shit. Like, I really, really do. So now I know for sure. It was to the guy I went to go tell my moms, you know, that I'm staying. And you can't hug the person or you can't do none of that. So the whole time in intake, she's sitting outside in the car praying, praying. And she called another pastor so they can pray, and so, you know, hopefully it's a bed for me. And when he came out and told her, I could see her crying, you know, I could see her crying, like, you know, and you know, that's probably why I cried. And then I just see her like pull off, and I'm like, oh, I can't go talk to her. And they're like, no. So I'm like, wow, okay, all right, so this is for real, you know, like, okay, I'm really in rehab. Like, you know, like, I would have never thought, like, it's crazy because you think you got control of the drinking. Well, I thought I had control of drinking, but I didn't. And I didn't realize it until that day, like, you know. And then I also didn't want to keep falling. Like, I always put people before me. Then I got to deal with the consequences of being myself, you know, by myself. Like, I always try to help people, always try to do this for somebody, always trying to do this for somebody because I'm always good, you understand? But I always had to remember, like, this ain't it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Your life cannot be about trying to help other people. And I'm saying people, nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nowhere to be found, like, at all. Definitely not through your toughest times. Like, and that's cool because I don't do it to gloat. I don't do it to tell people or nothing. It makes me feel good to help other people. It just does. Like, I feel like everybody need help. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong to help a person. Like, but people make it seem like it's wrong by their fucking reaction. But see, at that moment, at that time, I put myself first. So my first day actually sober was October 21st. I stayed in the rehab for a week. The detox was regular. Like, I didn't go through withdrawals and all that other stuff. The only thing I was really, really worried about was my liver. That's it. So I took my, I went to the lab. You know, they ran all type of tests and everything like that. So that's why I was nervous. I just kept asking them, like, did my labs come back? Did my labs come back? It took about 2 days. Then when my labs came back, they came to me and told me, like, oh, everything is good, because that was the only thing I was worried about. That's it. What else could it, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything else was fine when they did the first check, you feel me? But they didn't do the lab until like a day after I was there. So, because they let you, you know, get comfortable first. And, you know, like I said, when I got there, I was already drunk. So I ain't do nothing but lay in the bed, you know, took a shower that night. I mean, I kind of liked it. I ain't gonna front. I kind of like it. I got my mind right in there. You know, you talking to all different counselors and all types of shit. Like, and it made me open up. I opened up a lot. Like, I got a lot of shit off my chest. Personal shit. Shit that I've been carrying for years. Like, I got a lot of shit off. Like, type shit. So, alright. So, I got out October 28th. I got out. Yep. I think that's a Thursday. Yep. I got out and I walked out and it's like the sky is bluer, the fucking grass is greener. I'm driving and shit. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. But if I was fucking drunk, I know exactly where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like being drunk was the norm to me. Being sober was abnormal to me. So now I'm out and this is what I'm doing. It seemed weird. Like, my body was weird. Like, I was happy, but it was just weird to me. Like, so while I was in there, they diagnosed me with paranoia and mood swings. Yeah, while I was in there, I had got diagnosed with paranoia and mood swings. So I had to take medication for that. Well, I do take medication for that. And that, honestly, it keeps me real calm. Like, I don't really explode. I don't get too mad about nothing. I be chilling. Like, for real, I really be laid back. I'm already a laid back person. So imagine with that in my system, I'm extra laid back. Like, I really be chilling, you know. So then I took the shot. I take a shot to take the urges away. And you take that every 30 days. I'll take another one November 29th. So, I'm going to continue to do that, you know. So, yeah. Starting October 29th, I started going to AA. And at first when you walk in AA, you think, like, you're not like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the more you go and the more you just listen to people tell a story, you kind of realize they actually telling your story. Like, the shit that they did, I done did. You know what I'm saying? I almost killed somebody drunk. Like, you know, got in many accidents. Like, totaled the car. Like, you know, I did it all. Like, whatever you can think of, I really did it. Like, and I'm not even ashamed about it. Like, it's just a chapter that happened in my life. Like, and I moved on from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Sunday, October 21st, yesterday. See, when you first go to AA, you commit. When you commit, they give you a white chip. They give you this white chip. You know. And it's basically saying you commit to you know, to stop drinking. So I got this one on October 29th. I actually just got my 30-day chip. Get the orange one for 30 days. Like I said yesterday. So, you know, that's a big stepping stone for me, you know, because I ain't never go 30 days. It's like I never had to go 30 days. So, you know, I'm really proud of myself. Like, if nobody else tell me, and people do tell me, I have a great support system, like a great one. Like, I don't need to look to other people for none of that. I have that within the people that I have around me, within like my family and shit. So at the end of the day, like, I'm definitely good on that. So, you know, I really do appreciate y'all for, you know, watching, listening to my story. If you made it this far in the video, drop a green heart. You feel me? Like, if I don't see no green heart, I know y'all already cut it off, and it is a pretty long video, but this is really half of my story. This is just a little bit, you know. But like I said, I really do appreciate the support for everybody that supported. I appreciate the subscribers. I appreciate the views, even though y'all didn't subscribe, even though people just gonna watch, because they just gonna watch, you know. That's just, you can't help what people do. It don't really matter to me. Cause somebody, I'm gonna get there regardless. Like, you know, I really do appreciate all that supports me, and I appreciate my family. Like, and they know who they are. The people that actually check up on me and make sure I'm good, and cause it's a struggle. It ain't easy. Like, it ain't easy, especially when you're just used to doing something every day. It's not easy, you know. But every day is another day. Like, it's just one day at a time. And one thing they tell you in AA is like, don't drink no matter what. Like, life gonna go on around you, you know. All them situations, everything is gonna come at you, whether you're drinking or you're not drinking. Life goes on, situations come. Like, it's just that I choose to drink my shit away, and it wasn't helping me, like, at all. But I'm happy. I'm in a good spot. I'm in a great spot, actually, you know. Like, I've been working on my shit, working on my logo and shit like that. Well, I'm working on another one now. This is the old joint that I got right now on. Let me show y'all this shit. This the old joint, which I'm gonna sell these shirts right here for 15, because I'm dropping a new logo in January. So these shits, I'm gonna just let these shits go for 15 type shit. Like, I'll put exactly how many shirts and how many, what size and what colors I got in the description below. Like I said, follow my Facebook, follow my Instagram. You know, you can hit me up if you want to shoot me ideas to do, you know, what type of videos, you feel me? Just hit me up. Like, I'm an open person, I'm understanding. Like, even if you want to just drop a negative comment, nobody cares. Like, it ain't gonna really bother me. Shit like that don't affect me. Like, but like I said again, thanks again for watching. Like I said, if you made it this far, drop a green heart. Appreciate it. Peace.